Hi, I'm Zoe Vexed, and a lot has happened over the last couple days politically. Really big things. I've tried to record this video like once already, and it just ended up being like a long rant. I'm going to try to consolidate this down to give my opinion about what happened with the Stop the Steal rally, and then this MAGA 1984 garbage that's trending on Twitter after President Trump was banned from the platform. Now, Trump has been banned from all sorts of other platforms after Twitter, but let's talk about what happened. So essentially, while they were doing to confirm the electoral votes for our election, Trump simultaneously, like from 2 miles away from the Capitol, held a Stop the Steal rally. Now, this is just fucking nonsense from the start. Joe Biden already won the election. They've been crying fraud. They've lost like 67 lawsuits at this point about it. This is settled. This is just dumb. Well, he went ahead and held this rally. Then after he, got these people fired up, they went to the Capitol, stormed it in an insurrection, in almost a coup attempt. Now, I know that technically you have to have the military or whatever for a coup to be involved with. This is insurrection at the very least. Now, after this happened, because of his violence that he, suggests that these people go do, and all these other things that happened afterward, all these arrests and stuff, Trump got banned off Twitter. Now, these MAGA morons have been tweeting out, this is Orwellian 1984 after this happened. I cannot tell you how fucking stupid it is, for me to have to listen to this. It's not Orwellian, all right? Orwell was trying to warn us of a totalitarian regime, all right? The same type of government that Trump was trying to install. That's what he was warning us about. Government control. It's not just censorship, which is what all these fucking morons are talking about. They're like, oh my God, anytime somebody gets banned, it's 1984, it's wrongthink or whatever else. It's like, listen, the whole point to that was the government having ultimate control of every aspect of your life, of being totalitarian. So it's like, you're talking like beyond Stalinism, even beyond what Hitler was able to accomplish, Godwin's law. I'm just saying, like, when you try to boil it down to, it's just about censorship, you're so fucking dumb that you have no reading comprehension when you read the book, or you never read it and you're just memeing like, oh, everybody says 1984, so I'm going to say this, and you have no idea what you're talking about. It's like whenever I ask someone about the book and all they say is, oh, Big Brother this or Big Brother that. Yeah, that was elements of the book, but that's not what that fucking book was about or what it was warning us about. So I just had to say, like, I had to get that off my chest first and foremost. Beyond that, I hope that every single one of these people, every one of these treasonous assholes that were at the Capitol and, rioting and looting and vandalizing and assaulting police officers, I hope that every single one of them gets arrested and goes to jail. At this point, it's kind of like up in the air to see if Trump is actually going to get impeached over this. I think we absolutely should impeach him, if only to prevent him from running for office again in the future, to make him ineligible for that. I know that some people disagree with me and they're like, oh, you're just going to bolster his followers. Listen, these motherfuckers are already in such a deep Christian nationalist cult. They paint pictures of this man with like the Archangel Michael behind him, and they're like, oh, Trump is carrying out God's will. They pulled up a 20-foot cross in Lansing, Michigan in front of that Capitol in a sister rally at the same time that this was going on. We've known for a long time that this whole MAGA movement has been infested with white supremacists, with neo-Nazis, with people that think that, like, the LGBT community, they think that we're all degenerates, they, hate trans kids, that there's nothing that's too low for them to go after. People of color, that every community that needs civil rights, they oppress or they go after. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what the real issue is that we need to talk about. And when you have all of these, people that are on the internet that talk about this, other YouTubers, when you have people like Nick Fuentes, or you have fuckers like Candace Owens or Ben Shapiro sitting here fanning the flames of this type of divisive rhetoric, this type of shit is what happens. Insurrection, motherfucker. And they're going to turn around and talk about like, civil disobedience is never called for. It's like, if you go and you look at these people, just like the Christchurch shooter, if you look at his manifesto, he cited right-wing shitheads as, he quoted them verbatim in this. So this is not just something like, oh, you leftists are always just exaggerating the influence of, people that are on the internet, like commentators and political people. It's like, listen, the ramifications of this type of rhetoric online manifests in ways that we just saw at the Capitol, especially when it's empowered by someone in office like Donald Trump. That's why we need to be very, very aware of trying to fight against these ideas in online debates, trying to show up and challenge them in person. When they hold a rally, we hold a protest. That's why we do what we do, because we're trying to stop stuff from getting this out of control. That's everything that I have to say about this issue in particular. Please like and subscribe, comment if you disagree with anything that I said. If you're one of these MAGA idiots that think that I'm wrong about Orwell, please comment below. You can also follow me on Twitter. My link will also be down below. And that's it for now. I'll catch you next time. Be good to one another.